Hey guys and girls, hope you're having a good October. I am bored now. Today I'm going to be talking about a recent Netflix movie, The Woman in Cabin 10. So it stars Keira Knightley and it's adapted from a novel by Ruth Ware, another streaming thriller, and Netflix in particular, with The Woman in the title, and it's adapted from a novel. So, pretty familiar ground for the streaming service. The movie is doing quite well, I'll say, because it is currently number one in the Netflix chart, and you can take that for what you will, but it's its second week release, so it seems to be holding up quite steady at least. And you've got a very starry cast as well as Knightley in the lead. You've got people like David Morrissey, Guy Pearce, Hannah Waddington of Ted Lasso fame, Kylo Sedonico, or however you say her name, also is in a small role. Up is then Knightley plays Laura, a Guardian journalist, because it's always a Guardian journalist. And she's coming back off a pretty traumatizing trip, an assignment where she got close to a source, got the source to open up, and a dictator type government killed the source for speaking out. And so it's getting into that modern sort of thing. And her next assignment, which she chooses herself, is to be a part of this cruise, this Norwegian cruise, where the CEO, Anne, is hosting an event where she's going to be promoting really her charity, which she's planning on raising money or giving money to cancer research. But the first night there, Knightley's character Laura believes that she sees a woman in another cabin, a strange blonde woman who she hasn't seen before. She sees blood. When she alerts security in the middle of the night, the woman doesn't seem to be there. Security says to her, cabin number 10 is unoccupied because the guest who was supposed to be staying there pulled out at the last minute. She's convinced that there is something there and starts trying to unravel the mystery, and that's the setup for the film, really. And to sum it up, it's a very dull movie. Like, it's really cliche, it's very formulaic. Even though I didn't get what the actual reveal was going to be and the answer to the mystery, it doesn't really matter because the film itself follows so many familiar tropes and just isn't very interesting to watch. Like, the best thing about it is the cast. Like, Knightley, I think, is fine. I don't think she's amazing. Like, she's been better in other things. She's got this certain anguish paranoia about her in this. And she's just sort of fine. She's like a face to watch in many ways. And you do have a strong supporting cast. But Guy Pearce, for example, he plays Richard, who's the husband of the CEO. He's kind of going through the motions. Like, I never got the impression he was really into his role. David Morrissey and Hannah Waddington, who are this eccentric couple on the cruise, they're very good. They're very entertaining to watch. We could have done with more of them, though, because they're hardly in the movie. Not really given too much to do, but they are quite good fun as this eccentric rich couple. And there's a couple of other solid performances. So you've got a character, Ben, who's an ex of Laura. He's a photographer, so he's there covering the event. And he's played by the actor who played Book in Star Trek Discovery. And he plays quite a similar part in a way, like quite a roguish, charismatic character. And they have decent enough chemistry. And he, as the film goes on, seems to be Laura's only friend in trying to unravel this. But he's also looking out for her. And because one of the repeated things people keep telling her, particularly him, is like, these are the richest people in the world, these are the most dangerous people in the world, it's probably best not to piss them off, especially on their cruise. The other thing is, then it's not a very satisfying murder mystery. Like, if you treat it as like this sort of big whodunit, if you like, it's not exactly a whodunit, but that kind of thing. They never really play with it. Like, a good whodunit will bring up how each guest, each person could be a potential suspect. You don't really get that. Like, you get small little moments, like there's a moment where someone shoves Laura overboard, and then one of the other guests leaves straight after, so she's like, oh, that's a bit suspicious. And that's as far as it goes. Like, it doesn't really get into this person could be the person because of this. It doesn't really get into that deep into that stuff. So it's very predictable. Like, the stuff with Ben is very predictable. Like, the fact that he was going to be put in danger by the end of the movie is hardly surprising. A certain sheen, like it's a little bit of a Bond movie, but it's also the sheen of this kind of safe sort of streaming movie, like, which is a thriller based on a book. Just a bit boring to look at, really, even though you think, okay, it's on the cruise, and because being on a ship and that in a thriller can be quite exciting if you really use some good visuals moments and really spice things up and make things tense. But they never really do. Like, there's the scene quite late on when there's a chase through the ship down the hallway and you've got mirrors there, but that just feels more cartoony than anything. Like, it doesn't really feel that eye-catching or gripping. And yeah, the characters are very thin, unfortunately, and the mystery's very thin and predictable, and there's no real excitement. I think what you need to do with this sort of movie is you either need to make the characters really eccentric and really, like, play up these rich kind of people and make them, yeah, sort of have fun with them and make them something that jumps off the screen. Like, almost like you're making it into a bit of a farce. Or you need to, like, really make it a fun, tightly written mystery which has you on the edge of your seat. And the movie just does neither, really. It just goes flat. Even though it's only just over an hour and a half, I remember getting to half an hour before the end and it just feeling like really plodding. Because there's a section, the final section is sort of off the ship and it goes into this sort of big thing, but that stuff really drags. Like, it feels at that point then they should be winding down the film. Kind of entertaining in a laughable sort of way, but like, everything is so rushed and it's so poorly written. I'm not sure if that's the fault of the book, like if they've adapted the book and these problems are in the book. It definitely could have been more thrilling as a film, though, like, regardless of how faithful it's sticking to the book. I think dull is definitely the word. Also, there's this character who looks like he's like a blonde serial killer version of Jamie Theakston, and I know hardly anyone listening is going to get that reference, but he was like a kid's TV presenter in the 90s, basically. And this guy definitely looks like a sort of a serial killer version of him, a little bit punky. Another thing which is quite important is that Anne, the CEO and wife of Richard, has cancer, and so it's kind of her dying wish, really, to give all this money to, like, cancer research. So that really plays into the plot as well. Another sort of pet peeves is that you get lazy shorthand where they're just crowbarring, like, modern issues or modern references into news stories. So when Laura's talking to her editor about her next potential story, like they just casually throw in the FIFA scandal, for example. So you just get some lazy writing like that. I am going to go quite low. I'm going to go with a 4 out of 10. I was going to go a little bit higher because of the cast, and I think I'm struggling after that. I guess it is quite watchable just because of what it is. Like, it's not the worst things in the world, and obviously it does have a certain production value. But yeah, I think I will go 4 because of how bad the plot is, how dull it is to watch, and because a lot of the cast, even though they are good actors, aren't really given much to do. And it does feel like Guy Pearce was just taking the paycheck. Let me know what you guys think of it if you've seen it in the comments below. Like and subscribe as always. You can share me out on social media. You can support me on patreon.com/borednow. You can also be a channel member at 3 different tiers. You can make a donation on the channel, either at my PayPal or on the Super Chat. And one other way you can support me, which is for free, and it's a recent addition to YouTube, and that is the hype button. So you can hit the hype button on this video. It's somewhere around the like button, and a certain amount of points will go towards the video, and it should help to get it shared out to more people. So that's a free and easy way to support. Thanks everyone, I should say. More coming this month. Tomorrow's review, I'm going all the way from a modern film to a 1930s film, and that is The Son of Frankenstein. So I continue on with that franchise with the 3rd of the Universal Frankensteins. That will be tomorrow's film. But thanks guys, keep watching horror movies, or even thrillers in this case, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Laura Blacklock. I'm Richard. So pleased to have you with us.
Thank you.
Laura here's an award-winning journalist. She's doing a piece for us on the Foundation. I know this is an unusual approach to charity. 3 days on a luxury yacht.
Laura here's going to be spying on us.
The world awaits with bated breath. Who did you see?
It's the woman next door, the woman from the cabin there.
She said it was from cabin 10.
Yes, sir, that's what's so unusual.
I was backing in, I turned around
There was never a guest staying in here, Miss Blacklock. Everyone's accounted for.
The woman I saw last night.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about, Laura. You were convinced what you saw was real?
It was real.
No.
These people run the world. Don't piss them off.
You are a bit of a downer, low. It's kind of toxic.
Strangers in the night, wandering in the night.
There wasn't a body in the water.
Something in your eyes,
I am not imagining this.
something in your smile.
Listen to yourself!
Told me
Why would you be targeted?
To kill me, to silence me.
strangers in the night.